we're here together, Chrissy and I. We're going to do some Pilates today. So all you need is a mat and your body, and lay down on your back, please, with your feet shoulder width apart. Your hands are relaxed and next to you. From here, I'm going to have you press your spine down into the floor, using your abdominal muscle, and then arch your back. Big space between the lower back and the mat. So press it down and arch it up. Just back and forth to get some movement into the spine to get you warmed up. While you're doing that, just focusing on keeping the knees pointing up towards the ceiling, the fingertips reaching down towards the floor, towards the bottom of the mat. And then from the next time you press your spine down into the mat, I'm going to have you push the hips up towards the ceiling into a bridge. While you're doing your bridge, your knees are directly above your ankles, your toes are pointing straight ahead, and your knees are pointing up. You can bring your hands behind the back, clasp the hands together, and reach the knuckles towards the heels, just to open up the chest and shoulders and get a nice stretch this way. You're working your glutes, your hamstrings. Then bring the hands back to the side of the mat, and slowly, one vertebra at a time, press your spine into the mat, making an imprint of your spine into the floor. Especially when you come to the lower part of your spine, use your abdominal muscles to press that part down. Good. Once you engage your core here, you can bring legs in tabletop, meaning the knees are directly over the hips and the bottom leg is parallel to the floor. You're going to tap the right foot down, lift it up, left foot down, lift. You're using your abdominal muscles to pull the leg back into that tabletop position. Tap and lift. Inhale on the way down, exhale as you lift. Let's do one more on each side. Then you're going to bring both feet back onto the floor. This time bring your hands behind the head. Lift the head and shoulders up and look at your knees here. Your elbows are open. Your head is just resting in the hands. From here, you're going to exhale up. Inhale back to that starting position. So lift and come back down. My head does not come back on the floor. I'm staying lifted. And I'm just adding on to that contraction. Make sure you're not pulling on the neck. Blow the air out on the way out. Then hold in the up position right here. Keep your chin tucked in and reach the arms to the opposite wall. Move the arms up and down. Inhale and exhale. Use those arms, reach to the fingertips. Think about engaging the core muscles right here. And then bring the hands back on the floor, the head back down. Lift the hips back into your bridge position, and we're going to walk from here. So you try to keep the hips parallel to the ceiling. Lift the right leg up, tap it down, and then the left leg. It's a very controlled movement. Remember to keep the hips lifted the whole time. And the fingertips are reaching towards the bottom of the mat. Let's do one more on each side. Good, and then again, slowly, one vertebra at a time, press the spine down into the floor. Then from here, keep your tailbone tucked under and bring your legs back into tabletop. Bring the hands back behind the head, lift the head and shoulders up. Exhale up, inhale down. You can modify this by going back to feet on the floor if you need to. Remember not to pull on the neck, but use the abdominal muscles to come up. Let's do one more. Bring the head down and hug the knees into the chest. From here, you're going to extend the right leg out. The left leg pulls in towards your chest and switch. You can keep the head on the floor, or you can lift the head and shoulders up. You can bring the legs up towards the ceiling to modify, or you can make it a little harder by bringing the legs towards the floor. Give that leg a little hug. And focus on keeping your abdominal muscles engaged. One more on each side. Good hug. hug the knees, relax the head, take a little breather. Re-engage your core muscles and bring your hands behind the head and shoulders lift. The right leg comes out, the left leg is in, and switch. If you feel it at all in the lower back, make sure you bring the legs more up towards the ceiling here. Make sure you're breathing. Let's do one more on each side. And hug the knees and relax your head. We're going to add on to that last exercise. So hands behind the head, head and shoulders lift, right leg out, right shoulder, left knee, and then switch. Keep the elbows open and really think about reaching with the shoulder versus the elbow to get a little bit more rotation in the torso. And you can modify this by bringing the legs a little higher up. Let's do one more on each side. And then hug the knees into the chest. Maybe bring the feet down, the arms out, and just rock the legs a little bit from side to side. And then roll onto your side and push yourself up and bring the legs around. We're going to come on all fours. We're warmed up. You ready, Chrissy?
I'm ready.
All right, hands under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Round your spine, bring your chin to your chest. Then drop your tummy down, open up your chest, and look up, smile. Exhale as you arch. Inhale as you drop down.
Smile.
Let's do that one more time. Round and drop down. Then bring your spine into a neutral position. Draw the shoulder blades down, pull the belly button in. You're going to extend the right arm out with your thumb up. The left leg, flex the foot and push the heel back. Your hips are parallel to the floor, your neck is in line with the spine. And switch sides. Left arm, right leg, extend. Reach to the fingertips, push back to the heel, elongate that body, keep the neck in alignment with the spine. Let's do one more time on each side. Switch, right arm, left leg, extend. And switch. Good, then bring both hands down, both knees down, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Core is engaged, tuck the toes under, and lift the knees just slightly off the floor so they're just hovering. Keep your shoulder blades down. You should feel that in the front of the legs, the quads. And then from here, lift the hips up into a down dog. Heels towards the floor, chest towards the thighs. Head is relaxed. Press the fingertips down into the mat. And then from here, come into a high plank. So my hands are under my shoulders. My modification would be right here on the knees. Or you can extend the legs, walking the feet a little closer towards your wrists and push back to the heels. Reach forward to the crown of the head. Draw the shoulder blades down and pull the belly button up towards the ceiling. Then think about squeezing your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your inner thighs, your chest, your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps. Look at this beautiful form Chrissy has. Then drop the knees down. Bring the left leg out to the side. Extend the right leg up. And then you're going to bring that arm up towards the ceiling. So my hand is directly under my shoulder. My hips are stacked. I'm going to rotate back to the center. And then the right leg comes out to the side and the left leg extends. Bring that arm back to the center. Then turn the inside of the elbows forward and slowly come down by letting the elbows scrape the rib cage right here. Come all the way down onto the mat. Extending the arms overhead here. Palms are facing each other. Lift up the right arm and the left leg. And switch. Remember to keep the neck in alignment with the spine here. When you're lifting up the leg, think about lifting with a glute. Let's do one more on each side. Good, then bring the hands under the shoulders and push yourself back into a child's pose. Extend the child's pose, so press the fingertips down into the floor, relax your forehead down. And then we're gonna come forward onto our forearms. Elbows are right under their shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades down, pull that belly button off the mat and lift the hips up. So here's your modified version, that's perfectly fine. Or if you want to, tuck the toes under and lift the knees off the floor. And again, if you want to walk the toes just a little closer towards your elbows, so you can push back through the heels and reach forward through the crown of the head. So nice and tall through the chest. Squeeze your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings. And now bring the heels together, keep the toes apart, so your inner thighs are activating. Good, bring the heels apart. And drop the knees down. Take the right hand under the shoulder, the left hand under the shoulder, so you're back in modified side plank. We're going into side plank, left leg up, right leg extend, right arm comes up. And then here, lift the leg up and tap it down. Making sure that left hand is directly under the shoulders. We'll do 2 more. Good, bring the leg down, the hand down, and then rotate to the other side. Lift and tap. Three more. Good, bring that leg down, bring the hand under the shoulders, and then just come on around. We're going to come back onto your back. This time we're going to extend the legs up. The heels are together, the toes are apart. You're going to hold on behind the left knee, the left thigh or the calf. The right leg comes towards the floor and switch. You can lift the head and shoulders up and pull the leg in towards you. Give that leg a nice little hug here and stretch in the hamstring. One more on each side. Then hug the knees, relax. Get the hands behind the head, right here, the head and shoulders lift, the legs extended, heels together, toes apart. Right leg comes down, up, left leg. Inhale down, exhale lift. You can make this a much smaller movement right here, or you can always bend the knees if you need to. One more on each side. And then hug the knees, take a little breather. So bring the hands back behind the head and shoulders lift, the legs extended, heels together, toes apart. Right leg comes down, right shoulder, left knee, and switch. If you need to modify this, go back to that exercise where the knees bend. Good, one more on each side. Good, hug the knees into the chest. Let's bring the hands under the hips, just to elevate the hips slightly, and bring your legs into tabletop. Core is tight, you're going to tap both feet down and pull the knees back into tabletop. So small movement, inhale on the way down, exhale lift. To modify this, you would just alternate tap one foot down at a time. Keeping the hands under the lower back will help you take some pressure off the lower back. If you want to add on, you can bring the hands behind the head and lift the head and shoulders up. Let's do 2 more here. Good, and bring the feet down onto the floor. Bring the arms out and rock the legs from side to side. So we'll add on to this last exercise. If you want to, you can stay with the same thing we did. So start with the hands under the hips. Tuck the tailbone under. Extend the legs up. Inhale, straight legs come down. Exhale, lift. Or keep the legs bent and do the modification. You can also bring the hands behind the head. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. One more. Good, and hug the knees into the chest. Then we're going to extend the left leg down onto the floor. The right leg extends up. Turn that hip slightly out. Hands are on the floor, and you're going to circle the right leg without moving the hips. So if the hips is moving, the hips are moving, make the circle a little smaller. relax the shoulders and circle the other way. And then keep the leg extended in the center. Bend the left leg and lift the hip up into a single leg bridge. From here, the right knee comes to the left knee and then back up towards the ceiling. Inhale down, exhale lift. You're engaging your left glute and hamstring and your right quads. Inhale down, exhale lift. One more. Good, then slowly press the spine back into the floor. Bend the right leg, straighten the left leg out, give it just a little bit of a stretch, pointing and flexing that foot. Good, then keep the left leg extended, turn the hips slightly out, and extend the right leg out. Circle the leg without moving the hips. And then circle the other way. Good, then keep the leg in the center, bend the right leg, lift the hip up and bring the left knee to the right knee and back up towards the ceiling. Inhale down, exhale lift. One more. Good, and then slowly press the spine back down into the floor. Good, bend that left leg, straighten the right leg out, give a little bit of a stretch, point and flex that foot. Then hold on behind your thighs and just rock yourself up and bring the legs back around. We're going to do a couple more planks. So start with the hands under the shoulders, modified plank with the knees down here, or tuck the toes under, come to a full plank. Push back through the heels, reach forward to the crown of the head, tapping from side to side if you want to add on, or just hold it in the center or hold it with the knees down. Notice there's a straight line from the top of my head to my heels, so my butt does not come up towards the ceiling. I don't have to look at the toes, I'm looking down at the floor. Let's do that one more time on each side. Good, then drop the knees down, bring the left leg out to the side, the right leg extend the right arm up again. And if you want to add on, you're going to extend that bottom leg out too into a full side plank. You can also lift up the top leg into a star. Bring the leg down, the hand back down to the center, and switch to the other side. Left arm is up. If you want to extend that bottom leg, you can. If you want to lift up the top leg into star, you can. Good, bring the leg down, the hand down, and push it back into child's pose just to take a little bit of break. We're coming forward onto the forearms again, so elbows under the shoulders, draw the shoulder blades down, pull the belly button up, either stay in modified plank here, or full plank, tuck the toes under. You're going to dip the hip towards the floor, back up, and then to the other side. This is your modification with the knees down. You're using your obliques here to come back to that center. Let's do one more on each side. Then hold it in the center. Take the left hand under the shoulder, the right hand under the shoulder. Come into full plank if you're not already there. And you're going to alternate lift up one leg at a time. Reach through the heel, engage the glute. Stay nice and strong through the chest and shoulder. And do one more on each side. Then bring the knees down, bring the hands behind you into a child's pose with the arms relaxed on the side of the mat. Maybe point the fingertips up towards the ceiling to give the wrists a little bit of a break. Good, we're going to come on our right side. The right side is the elbows under the shoulder, yeah. Side plank here, you're gonna bend the bottom leg, the knees are stacked, the hips are stacked. The hip comes up and my elbow is just still directly under the shoulder. Arm comes up right here. Inhale here, exhale, reach underneath the other arm and come back up. You can do this with the bottom leg extended. Reaching underneath there, feel those obliques engaging. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good, bring the hips down and switch sides.
Sweating.
It's getting warm in here. All right, elbow under the shoulder, bend the bottom leg to start with the knee stacked and the hip stacked. The arm comes up, the elbow still right under that shoulder here. Inhale here, exhale, reach underneath, and if you want to extend that bottom leg. Think about those obliques, those muscles on the side of the torso. One more. Good, and bring the hip down. We're going to come to a seated position. So your legs are extended in front of you. Now, if you need to bend the knees to take some pressure off the lower back, you can do that. You could also maybe roll up the mat a little bit and elevate your hips a little bit. Pushing back through the heels, arms in front of you, shoulders down. Inhale here, exhale, pull the belly button in and reach forward. Inhale, exhale, back up, nice and tall. Inhale here, exhale, reach, pull back through here, elongate those arms, and then back up. Let's do 2 more like this. Reach, maybe you can reach a little further this time, then back up. Last one. Good, and come on up, you're gonna bring the arms out to the side. The feet are mat width apart. Keep them flexed here. Inhale, center. You're gonna twist, twist, twist. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Inhale, center, stay nice and tall. Twist, twist, twist. Try not to move your feet. Center, twist, twist, twist. Now take the right hand to the left foot and then reach over, pull the belly button in. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, up nice and tall. Let's do that one more time on each side. Last one. Good, and then bring the arms down, roll the shoulders back. Let's go back onto our left side again, elbow under the shoulder. This time your feet are slightly forward. My hips stay stacked. I built this nice triangle from my armpit to my heel to my hip. I'm elongating that top leg by reaching it a little bit further forward and then lifting it. My abdominal muscles are engaged here. I can put my hand here if I need to, or on my hip. So you're working that top leg, but you're also working the obliques. You're working that whole shoulder area. Good, hold the leg up here, point the foot gently and give me little circles. Try to make sure the hips stay stacked and it doesn't want to come back. The rest of the body is not moving, it's just the leg doing the work here. And then circle the other way. You can do this while you're watching TV. Good. Here, hold it, toe down, heel up, little lifts right here. You're going to feel a little bit more here. Stay nice and tall to the shoulders. Not slouching. Last one. Good. Go ahead and cross that top leg over the left leg and lean forward and open up that hip just so that give it a little stretch. Yeah, you feel that?
Yeah.
I know. Switch sides. So the right elbow's under the shoulder, feet are slightly forward, hips are stacked, build your triangle right here, and then lift the leg and tap. Pull that belly button in, stay nice and controlled. Hold the leg up here, point the foot and circle. And then circle the other way. And then the last exercise, toe down, heel up, little lifts. And then go ahead and cross that top leg over, lean forward and stretch it out. Yeah, that feels good. We like this. How about one more exercise with the hands behind you? You're gonna have
more?
Yeah, one more.
Last one?
Maybe. All right, feet are shoulder width apart, hands behind you, palms are facing towards your thighs, open up the chest, and then lift the hips up into tabletop. So my hands are under my shoulders, my ankles are under my knees. Good, from here I'm gonna bend the elbows and dip the butt down, and then push back up. Because I'm working my triceps, I'm pushing through the heels to engage the glutes and hamstrings. You can always modify this exercise with a bridge. On the last one here, hold it up right here and extend the right leg out. Bend that leg, extend the left. Stay tall. And switch. And switch. Then bring both legs up at the same time. Just kidding. And then slowly come back down. Cross that right arm up over. Stretch out your chest, your triceps. And switch. Good. Bring your arms around, cross your legs. Whew, how do you feel? Here, let's look at the camera. Here we go. They look a little sweaty out there, don't they?
I feel done.
Yeah. Bring the hands behind you. Cross the hands together. Reach the knuckles down towards the floor. Breathe. Give the hands behind, in front of you. Round it out. And then reach it all the way up. Now, if you are watching this sitting on the sofa, push play again. And this time do the exercises. Bring the arm down and reach it over. And switch sides. Let's do a little rotational twist. You're going to take your left arm to your right knee, your right arm behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Bring that hand as close to your torso as you can to give yourself a nice tall sit here. And switch sides. And bring it back to the center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring your hands heart center and have a beautiful day.
Yay.
Good job, guys. Play it again. Do it every day, every other day, as many times as you want. Thanks,
Thank
Chrissy. Mine
I'm sweaty.
ran out of battery.
I thought so.
Right at the end.